Welcome to Daily Conversation. This is Mr. K.
This is Eric.
Yeah, today is the 18th of May 2021, and the time now is 6:17 a.m. Well, today our topic is what are the costs and risks which arise from unknown unknowns? What are the effective ways of exploring the unknown unknowns to reduce our cost and risk? So before we get started, please click the like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right, so here we go. Right, so yeah, for this unknown unknown, yeah, would you mind if I start
Yeah.
uh,
Mm.
the 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 talking first?
Yeah, you can start.
Okay, so the first question from this topic, what are the costs and risk which arise from unknown unknowns? Yeah, so firstly, I think the costs can be uh, in three major uh, area or direction. And the first one is the financial loss, which means this loss is directly related to our money. And the second one could be the time lost. It means that we lose the time. Maybe we waste time in doing something. And then the next one is the opportunity loss. Yeah, for this one is something that because we choose something and then we may also uh, lose something because we may not to do two things at the same time. Yeah, and then um, okay, I try to give some example to fit this uh, three areas. The first is the financial loss. Um, okay, my example is that uh, if someone don't know about inflation, he has no idea about inflation. It could be two situations. First is that he didn't even know if, there is inflation and what it is. And second situation is that someone uh, he understand the meaning of inflation, but maybe don't think he doesn't think it is important, and he doesn't take it into account. And uh, in this kind of situation, I think this is the cost of uh, uh, unknown which is related to the financial loss. And then for time loss, the example could be uh, time and opportunity. I give an example which can relate it to these two. For example, uh, um, one guys, if he don't know that uh, there are actually some uh, free or cheap uh, tertiary education that we can choose from the internet, and then he will go to the university and without consider other choices. Then um, uh, that could have some probability that uh, he will lose opportunity which he may be able to get if he choose the cheaper education. And also it is the time loss at the same time, because uh, some courses enable us to to study, and then we don't have to study so many days in a week. So it seems it's like a situation that you can study and at the same time you can work. So so here it could be the time and opportunity loss. Yeah, so this is the cause and the example, and the risk here, okay, the risk here, I think the risk that we can suffer is to is actually to suffer the cost that I mentioned just now. So we have the losses, and then also we have a risk that we have no idea how to prevent this happen, to prevent suffering the loss and cost. Yeah, so this is my thinking about this first part of the question. Yeah, so shall I continue for the next part, which is the second part of this topic? What are the effective ways of exploring the unknown unknowns to reduce our cost and risk? Okay, for here I have to clarify that from the beginning to right now, it is what I say is more about personal unknown unknown. This unknown unknown can be something that based on individual. For example, if something that other people know but I don't know, and I treat this as unknown unknown. Yeah. But if we talk about the human as a whole, maybe that is not unknown unknown. That is something that many people already know. That could be something that is known. How to say? Just because I don't know and other people know, that could be known unknown. Yeah. So I'm not standing on that point. I'm standing on an individual, personal. So I have two. I have thought of two ways to deal with these unknown unknowns. And the first one is try to start from the unknown known and non unknowns of ourselves. Yeah, from this point, we may look into this and trying to explore the unknown unknown from unknown known and known unknown. Yeah, because let's say if it is known unknown, we know that something we don't know, and then if it is related to us, then I think maybe it's time to learn more about that. And once you learn more about these things, and I believe that we will discover something which we didn't expect. Yeah, it's also something like we when we want to learn something and then we try to search more about these things and maybe put it into action, and then after that there could be a lot of things which we didn't expect to have before, and from this point we may be able to come across things which is previously unknown, and they are unknown unknowns. Yeah, and then from the things that is unknown known, For this part, we can also try to something like analyze and find out the things inside these unknown knowns. For example, if we can do something quite good, and then we try to analyze what is the factor that caused this little success, and then once we find out, and then the factor, yeah, maybe from this point we can um, do something like trial and error to apply this, to maximize this, to leverage this factor. And then from that point, because we applied that into other area, we may have the chance to explore more unknown. Yep. So this is the first way. And then let's go to the second one, which is the last one. For this one, I think because unknown here of my sharing is more about individual. So it means that this unknown maybe is just it is not everybody's unknown. It's not the same. So I think we could look at somebody that is more experienced, yeah, in that particular direction you want to pursue, and then of course we may have the chance to learn something from him, and we receive the things from what they do, what they say, or what they write. So for here, this approach also include reading books. Yeah, because reading books, we are actually trying to look at somebody's thinking and opinions, and uh, uh, they are also more experienced. Yep. And then so these are the effective ways that I can think of. And then I would like to add in one more things which related to the whole topic. And yeah, when talking about unknowns, there are too many things that is unknown. Yeah, so but at least I think we may try to focus on some important areas, important things that have some relationship with us, and then these things that matters to us. So for here is something like we find out the direction. For example, uh, health issues is I think for this one is something that related to everybody. As long as you care about your health, you care about uh, your body. So for this area, it is something that's worth exploring. And then next one maybe is the uh, finance area. For this one, it is something that also everybody related to everybody, related to everyone, because if you care about your money, then this is also an area that is worth exploring. Next one is your job, your occupation. For this one, maybe it is not for everybody. Yeah, but it is not. Uh, to me, it is also worth exploring. Yeah, but for maybe for some people that work in the blue collar industry, maybe this is not a yes for them. And then next one is the I call this problem solving. For this area, it is subjective. We can always find some problems in our life. Let's say some bad habit, and then uh, you can always find explore something to deal with your problem. So I think this is also an area which is worth exploring. Yeah. So these are basically what I want to talk about today.
Mm. Okay, to me, about the unknown, actually, I have two category for this unknown. The the two category is actually the knowledge and also the practice. So that means the knowledge and also the application. First is about the knowledge. So what is unknown knowledge? Is something that we don't know, we don't know a particular things, and we don't aware of it.
Yeah.
And about the knowledge, and the best way to deal with it is actually reading book. Reading book is to me is the most effective way. Even though I comparing the time that I use and spend on reading book is actually much less than the time I spend on like on YouTube and also on like Google.
Yeah.
But many things, uh, many deep knowledge is actually learned by book. For me, this is my personal experience. And you also have one experience, which is the book we read together, which is the Atomic Habit.
Yeah.
And if you read just the book review, and you can learn little things, and you think you know, but actually you don't. So that when we start read the book, and we learn a lot of things, and we learn a lot of insight.
Yeah.
So it actually linked to one of the point that I mentioned in the past, which is you need to focus on the source of the material that you read, that you listen, that you receive.
Yeah.
So you need to you need to try to get the first or second source of the information. Don't try don't of course the information, the process information, like theory, and also maybe the fourth times that that already be translate, or maybe like processed by other people, become a book review, is time saving for you, for us. And but it actually already extract out a lot of useful information, and also those information is essential.
Yeah.
So the first is the reading book, and the second is actually have a deep discussion about the knowledge. You can discuss with your friend, with your family, and with other people. You also can discuss with someone you don't know on the internet.
Yeah.
You can, and you can also if you don't want to like speak with other people, you also can find some different opinion. So about this unknown, for some circumstances, it's actually because of us don't have the awareness to search an opposite thing. For example, you think investment is a good decision, but what if investment is actually not a good decision? Actually, holding cash is a good decision. Yeah. What if this is the case? So you may also need to search like why don't I do investment? Why don't I make investment? And also why I prefer holding cash rather than make investment. You can also search this kind of thing which is opposite to your mind. So you search this kind of thing, you also something like having discussion with other people, because you're standing on the supporting side and other people standing on against side. So you listen to other people point, the counterparty point. And also for the knowledge, actually learning from the straight way, I mean learning from one direction is actually not a good way. You need to learn from two directions, which means one is the straight, another is an opposite straight way, an opposite direction, so that you can know why this is important, why this is unimportant, and why the important is the why. Why other people don't support this? Why other people against this? What is their consideration?
Yep.
Yeah, for example, recently, I keep thinking one thing, and this is quite popular news nowadays, and I think it's few weeks ago, Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla, actually announced that they want to accept the payment, accept Bitcoin as a payment method, for the purchase of Tesla car.
Yeah.
But a few days ago, Elon Musk and the CEO of Tesla decided to withdraw this. Yeah, so that now a lot of people actually criticize Elon Musk. Yeah, why he want to do that, and also the reason Elon Musk want to withdraw this is because he claimed that now Bitcoin mining is actually use a lot of energy, and also most of the not most, but actually there's a big portion of energy that Bitcoin mining use is actually come from the coal source. So it is actually bad for the environment. Yeah. So that because Tesla, the vision and also the ambition of Tesla is actually want to create and want to build our world to suit in a sustainable renewable energy era.
Yes.
So that this is their vision. So supporting Bitcoin is not aligned with their vision. Yeah. So that they decide to withdraw. Yeah, it's understandable for me. But it seems like not understandable for many people, for many quote unquote Bitcoiner. Yeah, they start to criticize Elon Musk. Yeah, and they claim that Elon Musk do under research. They use this word under research. Yeah. And why? Because Bitcoiner claim that Actually, Bitcoin is helping the world to push the renewable energy forward. Because if you keep using the coal and also using the unrenewable energies, the cost of the energy is actually quite high. For example, you use like the gas, you use like the other like the petroleum to fuel to generate the electric, and your cost will be great. So that Bitcoiner claim that actually, because this is a free market, and the miner need to find the cheapest source to mine more Bitcoin, and then keep them to have the competitive advantage. So that they will find, and they'll spend a lot of money in the renewable resource, renewable energy, like the wind, like the solar, and also like something like the water, or something like the 水坝. And this is the response from Bitcoiners. But is it true? To me, more or less is true, but there's a fact we need to know. The fact is there are some portion of Bitcoin actually is mined by using the code. So it's very bad to the environment. This is a fact. This is the fact. And since this is a fact, why you want to against or do something like that? And then of course you can say it push the renewable energy. But it doesn't mean that Bitcoin did the best in this area. And without government support, without government like subsidize, this renewable energy also cannot cannot go forward. And so and also, and this is the decision of Elon Musk, and also this is the decision of the Tesla company. So this is their decision, and this is their vision. Why you want to criticize the people who have this kind of vision? And then maybe they under research, or maybe I don't think Tesla make a bad decision. There's no wrong or no right. It's just a decision based on your choice. And if Bitcoin is really the thing what you and what the world to spend the energy in, because it create value, so why does it matter? For example, now we also spend a lot of energy and to boost our economy, and nobody talk about environment. We focus more on the economies. And for the developing country, they also focus about the economy, not the environment. So so does this matter if Bitcoin really can create the value? And why the Bitcoiner, quote unquote Bitcoiner, want to criticize other people, and then want to like make so many arguments with the people don't choose to be with them? So this also is this also is about the discussions. And then when you keep thinking, when you keep when you believe into one thing, and then the belief become become quite horrible. Yeah, quite horrible. And then it may cause you narrowing your view. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that you may need to stand from a higher level to look at the same thing. And you also need to like spend more time on thinking the first principle and also the fundamental of something. So this is related to unknown unknowns, because sometimes we focus more on some things, and then we ignore other things. Yeah. And for example, there are many research and there are many analogies here I can put, and I want to put a very the most easiest analogy. Okay, somebody will ask you, what's the color of my watch? Yeah, I let you see my watch, and then I ask you what's the color, and you answer me like, yeah, it's a dark blue. And then I ask you, okay, yeah, just now you look at my watch, and so what is time? What is the time now? And you may not able to answer because you you focus about the color of the watch, and you didn't pay attention on the time. Yeah, and then I give you have a look. Okay, yeah, and you say, oh yeah, oh I give you to I give you look again. I give you look again, and then oh yeah, then they'll say, oh yeah, this is like, for example, this is 6 PT. Okay, and then now then now I take back my watch, and then I ask you another question. So what is the branch of this watch? And maybe you can't answer. Yeah, you can't answer again. Because you're too focused about the time. You focus about the branch of this watch, which actually is in front of your eyes. So there are many similar case, and also many similar analogy. Yeah. So when we too focus about one thing, it doesn't mean this is good. Yeah, of course it's good because we can pay attention, we can focus. Yeah, but but it has its limitation. We need to aware of it. So that this is the importance of focusing something something which is have the conflict idea with you. So you not only need to look at something that you concerning, that you believe, you also need to look at something that you disbelieve. And then try and then by doing that, it may reinforce you to believe more about something, or maybe it may reduce your belief into something. Yeah, so the first is the reading book, and the first and the second is the discussion. And this discussion doesn't mean that you have to talk with other people. You also can watch other people having the discussion. The point here is the opposite idea. Okay, and this is for the knowledge part. And what is the second category is actually the practice. Yeah, practice, and or we should say the application. Yeah, and application linked to action. So, and I realized just now what you talking is more about the knowledge.
Yeah.
And also we also can say it's more about theory. And what if we need to apply this in our real life? How can you spot your unknown unknowns? How can you like avoid the unknown unknowns? So that, for example, yeah, at work you may make mistake, and then that mistake is you didn't aware of it. You didn't aware this is a mistake, so that you do that, and then after you do that, somebody tell you, oh, you shouldn't do this, because it will cause something, it will cause some bad consequence. So that you at that time you're aware, oh yeah, this is something that I shouldn't do, and I made a mistake. So that how to deal with that. And we cannot like reading book and have discussion. And because I tried before, I asked my senior, my boss, so is there any something that I don't know? Yeah, and they'll say, how I know what you don't know. Right.
Yes.
And what I can do is tell you when you make a mistake. But what I cannot do is tell you before you make a mistake. So this is a very serious problem for business and also for employee. So that one of the effective way is actually provide training, and also for business, they provide you a basic training, and this basic training including those principle and also the guidance, so that you need to follow the SOP, you need to follow the principle and also follow the guidance, and then the company try to standardize the process. For example, my girlfriend work in kitchens, and then they have the recipe, and then um in the first month or second month, my girlfriend joined the company and work in the kitchen. She made a lot of mistake, and actually she also don't want to do that. And why she made the mistake is actually uh mm, okay, she forget the sequence, of the ingredient. So that sometimes, and also she forget the step, the step of doing something. For example, you need to, let's say a very simple example, because I not really understand what's the step. Okay, and for example, you need to boil the butter, the butter, boil the butter, and then after you boil the butter, and in the meantime you need to like put in sugar, and you cannot like boil the sugar first, and then after that put the butter to boil. For example, like this, and you also need to catch the timing. So there are a lot of this kind of thing you need to pay attention on. And they actually have the recipe, and then they also have like the recipe tell you how much ingredient, how many grams you need to put for a particular ingredient. So that but my girlfriend have a bad habit in the past. They didn't use a scale. He didn't use a scale frequently. So sometimes so that means he didn't check back to the recipe. He just based on her memory. For example, in her knowledge, so this should put like 50 gram, but actually it should put like 45 gram. So the 5 gram make a big difference in the result. So that uh, what I tell her is actually follow the principle, follow the guidance, follow the recipe, and then she also sometimes she also forget to put in some ingredients in the past. And I asked her that because you had a recipe and her company actually had like something like a to-do list. Because recipe you can like photo set a lot of copies, and then you can use a pencil to tick, right?
Yes.
And then try to do that. So after you put every ingredients up and then tick, so that you won't miss out something. So after you do one thing, you tick. After you do one thing and you tick, because they also have something like a step-by-step guide.
Yes.
So that you just need to follow that. This is a very, very easy job. You just need to follow. Of course it is time consuming. It's time consuming to do that. But if you make the mistake and then you will spend a few hours, you need to spend an additional few hours to redo everything, and then the company suffer loss, and then the time loss cannot be recovered. The order still there. You cannot like cancel the customer order, and you also need to you need to prepare the thing in a shorter time, in a shorter period, so you will be more rushing. And then you cannot ensure every time you do it right. If you use the quote unquote the faster way, didn't check with the recipe, you cannot ensure every time you can do it right. So and if let's say you make the mistake, and at that time it's something like, let's say it is an event, a 1,000 people event, and you make a mistake on the day, then it will cause you lose the job, no matter your performance, how well you perform in the past.
Yes.
So this is something that you should avoid. And then this is also something that the time to check the to-do list, to check the recipe is very crucial. You have to do that. You need to follow the principle, you need to follow the guidance, you need to follow the SOP. Now once you follow the SOP, everything is very simple. If anything goes wrong, it's because of the recipe. It's not because of you, because you just follow the recipe. So this is the standardized. And then this is for company, this is for business. And then for the employee, you can follow the principle. You also should follow the guidance. And also for individual as well as the employee, you try to find a standardized way to do something. Make it standardized. So you miss out something. And then during the process, you try to standardize something, try to understand the principle, try to follow guidance. It doesn't mean that you cannot learn more things. You cannot learn something more. You still can learn something more. You still can learn something beyond this. You can also learn why this principle matter. Why we need to follow this principle. Especially when you try to standardize something, because you need to know the process so that you can standardize something. So that maybe at the first time you didn't do it right, you didn't do it well, and there are still many mistakes occurred by following your standardized method. And then you need to update, you need to amend your standardized approach, so that make them becomes more robust, so that it can avoid the unknown unknowns. And during the process, you can also spot the unknown unknowns. And this is by doing this way, it is more easier. It's easier to spot the unknown instead of follow the old method. Yeah, just do the thing by using the old method. Yeah, like memorize the things and then try to pay more attention and all that. Because there is still an unknown. Yeah. And sometimes you don't know why you want to do that. Yeah. So yeah, this is two category about the knowledge and also about the application.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's all for my sharing.
Okay, so for the application here, is it something like we try to explore the unknown from something something like unknown to explore more from that, or explore from trial and error in our life?
Yeah, more or less it's like this, but you need to find a smartest way. You need to find a better, a smarter way to do this. Otherwise, you keep using the most inefficient way and also the ineffective way to spot the unknown. If you if you are an employee in a company, you definitely will get fired.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you need to find a better way to spot the unknown. Yeah. Because if okay, you can think like this. If we doing something and there's nothing wrong, so that means we didn't make mistake.
Yeah.
So there's no unknown. Yeah. But at one day, it is a big day, and you make a mistake, and then that mistake is a serious mistake. Of course, cost your company lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then actually this is a very simple thing. Yeah, actually this is a very simple thing, and you didn't aware of it. You didn't aware this is so important, and then you just follow. You just follow. Uh, uh, okay. Let's say you follow the SOP. Okay, let's say in the past you follow the SOP, and then because on this day you didn't follow the SOP because this is so rushed. Yeah, time limited. So you didn't follow the SOP, and in the past you also have few times didn't follow. You also have few experience that you don't follow SOP, but nothing happened.
Still can make it.
Yeah. So on the big day you make a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. So the mistake caused by your unknowns is not caused by your something like the unknown knowns or unknowns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you didn't aware it could cause it could cause so much consequence. Yeah, it could by violating it can cause the this such big consequence. You didn't aware of it, so that yeah. So yeah, this is the application part. So yeah, and you try to you follow the principle, you follow the guidance, and also you try to understand why you want to follow this. Yeah, and by using that, you are able to ask the question. Why? Because if you ask other people, yeah, is there anything I don't know, but it's important. and people cannot reply you. People cannot give you a good response. But if you ask some people, for example, why I need to follow this rule, for example, why I shouldn't use leverage in investment, I can tell you. But if you ask me, is there anything I need to focus? Is there anything I need to avoid in investment? I need to do investment. There are a lot of things you need to do. There are a lot of things you also need to avoid. And I also may miss out the point. Yeah, I may also miss out the point when telling you this. So for me, let's say I'm a teacher, I also will try to understand my idea in my mind. I will sort out my mind before teaching somebody. Yeah. For example, investment, you can have a list why you need to do investment. Why not you why you shouldn't do investment. And investment got got how many types, and then something that you need to do, and how to evaluate a company, how to value a company, and then a lot of things. And then how about other tools? For example, derivative, and also like something like the warrants, yeah, and like the options. And then also the leverage, the futures. Yeah, and then I also can cover what's the advantage, and also what's the limitation of this. So in which circumstances you shouldn't do this. And then I also can have like different strategy in investment. So I try to list out everything. This is also make something standardized. Yeah. And by making it standardized, it doesn't mean that after I make it standardized, I stop thinking. Yeah. It doesn't mean that. Yeah. You can still improving. You can still keep thinking on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is for the people who want to teach, and also who want to share knowledge with other people. Yeah, and for the person who follow the guidance, who receive the education, who receive the training, and they also need to highly pay attention on those principles and guidance, those standardized things, because because to standardize something is not easy. And if something that can standardize, that must be valuable. You need to spend you need to pay attention on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I try to summarize this, can I say that if we are the provider, the teacher, we try to make a standard, and then after making the standard, also there are rooms to also question the standard to find any place which can improve. And then on the student side, we first to follow the standard provided by teachers, and then after some time, after you're able to follow this, there are also rooms for us to question the standard, right? Why do we need to? Why must we follow this standard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One quote can finish the conversation, and and summarize the summary you make. It's actually, you have 1,000 ways to make mistake, but you have limited way to success. Yeah. Another similar quote is actually, a happy life, and a happy life, is similar, but an unhappy life have so many ways. So you have limited way. Okay, what I want to say is when you study those people who have a happy life, okay, and all of them are similar. And if you study the people who are unhappy, and there are many thousand, 100,000 different type of people, different type of unhappiness. So instead of try to spot and try to like spot and also like find out every unknowns. You actually, what you can do is follow the principle, follow the guidance, and standardize something. And you follow the standardized method. So that it would it will reduce the chance. It will reduce the chance to make an unknown's mistake. This is for application part. So don't mix together the knowledge and also the application. Don't mix them together.
Okay.
Anything else?
No. That's all.
So that's all for our today conversations. How do you feel? Did you enjoy the conversations? Please tell us what you think of our conversation. And we are not native speakers. If you found any vocab or grammar mistakes that we made, please also comment to let us know, because we want to learn more and improve ourselves. Remember to like and subscribe to us. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.